Unya rato sa tas ubos. So she said that there's a woman there. It's really heartbreaking. She's blind and she lost everything, and then she's just living on a tent on the side of the road. So I'll have to check it out. And this is Susan, the one that's also letting me help Tammy first before herself. She is a very selfless woman, but it's just unfortunate that she has 12 children. But she's a hard-working. Yeah, because she's willing to work anything just to earn. Washing clothes, anything, as long as she can feed the 12 kids. So this is Susan's family, house number 1. I'm going down the hill right now to go to the hardware shop on our locality here, and my purpose is to buy materials for the supposedly 5 houses that we helped to rebuild. But upon checking on the background and checking on the requirements that they have and the demands of some, the 5 families will now be just 4, and I will be still looking for 5 or two more families if I can afford it, because there is a surge of the prices of building materials, profiteering from the disaster that just happened. Oh my God, the people here are like, the one that's buying water and gasoline is so traffic everywhere. I'm here in our Gemini hardware shop to buy some materials, but I'm just trying to look at on the back. So they're still open until now. So they run out of cocoa wood. So they cannot do any cocoa wood right now because they don't have the cutting thing for their lumber as well, because there's no electric source. So this the cocoa wood now is my problem. So I'll just order what is available. House number 3 and house number 4. So I have list of the materials that's needed for them to rebuild their house. House number 3, and then here house number 4. The one the concrete is what they prefer because of they have already got concrete columns. Yeah, I remember now. They have concrete columns, and they said that if it's viable for them to have all this concrete, even if it's not rendered, as long as they have the roof back, and if it's viable for the roof, hollow blocks and the plywood to be interchanged, if I could just rebuild that in hollow blocks, they'll prepare. But I have to look at it properly. But I don't think it's a lot of difference from the hollow block to plywood. So house number 4 will be made of hollow blocks. So he's now doing house number 2 of ready barring. Ay na lang na pilang halublock. Ito na lang kung mo source crash out lang. Kana. Sana. Rebars. Rebar, tire bar. Ha? Sige daw. So this is what happened. The one that we used to just take for granted, every drop of water now counts. People are fighting, people are coming here so early, queuing up to get their water consumption from the water refilling station. And because even the water supply of the city, the MCWD, is being devastated by the typhoon, that they can supply the whole city. Only the hospitals right now have electric and water supplies, but the rest of the community of Cebu Island is suffering from lack of water and no electricity. We are just nosing on, and we go to the malls to charge, but then again you have to queue up there as well, even for groceries, and the supplies of food, groceries and hardware are so limited because of the supply of gasoline is so scarce. So this is house number 1. You know how you've seen Susan in some of my videos, because Susan has been guiding me. I was asking Susan because I feel sorry for her state, and then she said that you have to help Tammy first because Tammy is more helpless than her. She's a very selfless person. Susan here, another selfless act. She said there's a woman there that lost everything, and the hardest thing is she is blind, and then she wants me to help her as well. So we will have to have a look at her house. This is Chris and Freddy's house number 2 and now house number 3, but Freddy will have to build his house first because of the children. She got 2. Pila edad si mong anak ga?
Ang maguwang 5.
So 5 years old is the eldest. 2, 5 and 2, puro babae? Babae. So, ang laki may manghuran. Maguwang. So, 5-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. So, they need to have shelter because they're all living there on that concrete house of the neighbor, and they're just sleeping on the floor. So, the father, Freddy, will have to make sure that this is done. Ay, naa naman day kay kuan, pwede na ni mo kuan nanday, Fred. Oh, ditsuhag pile. Because we have to get the hollow blocks, and then Banky will be the one sourcing it out. House number 4, Banky. And Freddy here is a builder, so they are all ready to rebuild their house now. And Jonathan, Susan's husband, will be sorting out the wood because there is no electric in Cebu. There is no wood to be bought. But I will make sure that it's all sorted. And Chris here is the father-in-law of Freddy, and they will just wait for Freddy to magtabang-tabang lang kaniya, Chris. He will be his helper to make sure that his grandchildren, the children of Freddy will have a nice home. Sige dong. Okay. Ato ning paninduto ninyong balay. We'll make sure your house is safe and secure for the children. That's why I have this in concrete for Freddy's, because he got little children. Sige, Fred, padayon na lang ta, Fred. Pero mag-arian ko ha, magtanaw ko sa progress ga kay so people can see that you are actually working on your house. So they're both working on this together. And this is the house of Chris. You can see the children's toys are all wet. So this is house number 2 and house number 3. I'm here in house number 4, and I'm checking here the materials that was delivered this morning, and we have the 25 bags of pozzolan cement and 21 sheets of corrugated sheets is over here. Unsa pa ga? And rebars. So 20 and 10 mm rebars and 29 mm rebars. Ang tire wire, banks. Ang tire wire. The tire wire, 6 kilo. Umbrella nails. The stick. For his sheet. So, Banky will now be taking out the windows, ready for it to be recycled again once they done the filing of the hollow block. So Banky will have to find the hollow block maker that's delivering, because the hardware itself is not delivering any hollow blocks because they don't have any supply. Because of what's happening right now in Cebu, we will be having no electric for a few days, or it was even told a couple of months. So Banks, unsa imong masulti Banks?
Salamat kayo. Salamat kayo. Gasay kayo.
So Mr. Banky was saying that he is very thankful for all the graces that you are giving to him, and this is his Mrs. Miss Jonaline. So itong masulti ma'am. Thank you so much. So Miss Jonaline was so thankful for all your help, my donors, and this will make a new life for the family. They will have a better home because it will be all concrete and all brand new sheets and wood. So this is the couple that we will be following, that build of their house number 4. So they are now destroying all their old stuff. So because the husband of Susan, which is Jonathan, will be the one building it. So the owner of this land will not be using this at least for 10 years, so they are okay to let them live here for the meantime of that 10 years or more. So we are just building the house in wood, but it will be extended to make it bigger. Because you gotta remember, I think I don't mention it, Susan has 12 imong anak gagal? 12 children, and she is the mother of Mai, and Mai is now with her own family, and her shop was completely destroyed over there across the road. So these are the materials that was delivered: plywood, tunga o katong baga, lima tan, 5 pieces for the floor, and 1/4, 12 ka buok, 12 sakto tan. Unya ang sin 14. Kato 12 ba na imong gikuan? Kay basig magka-exchange mo ba kay G's ra ba ila bangki? So I was to make sure that's all here. Ang mga umbrella og mga nail sakto G's 5 nya kuan. Ang kahoy din lang tan, we have to source out the wood karon mausara og balit didto nako, then mausara karga ni bangki diri. Kaya ato sa ipapangutana tagpilang board bit og naba sa supply. So the whole family again will be working on this one. Like this is house number 1, Susan and Jonathan's house. So you can see that everything that they had is almost destroyed, apart from this one that they have been tying up so it won't get blown away. So Susan, unsa atong mastorya sa imong mga donors?
Salamat ninyong tanan kung kinsaman mo.
He's very thankful to all of you that's helping her. Ang inyong sponsor si Kuan, si Sir Ben.
Okay, huwag pa na silang tabang, ma'am. Di may kabalay pa dyan, ma'am. Kay dugay pa kayong trabaho niya. Pila na ba yung sweldo niya? 500 na ba yan
if
niya?
you haven't helping them, Mr. Ben, he said that they will be just sleeping on the roadside because Jonathan's wages is only 500 a day and they have 12 children.
Ya, silang to gabi, ma'am. Kaya na yung tao niya. Naabitan niya, aging motor mong nagdanghag lang apit maliksi sila.
So they're just sleeping on the road. And then there's a drunk person that's driving the motorbike that just brake so hard there where they are sleeping. Lagi.
Salamat taon niyo, Sir Ben. Daghang kay salamat niyo.
So
hinaot lang ko nga naakanunay ang Ginoo maguban ninyo.
She's hoping that God will bless you more, Sir Ben, so you will be helping more people like her. I'm here now in house number 2. These are the materials, the 15 pieces of 15 sacks of cement, and katong unsa pa ang kabilyaga. Sa rebars, because what we gonna do, because he got 2 tiny children, we're gonna make it into half concrete, half plywood. So these are the rebars. Sakto Fred? See, and this is the sheets. Ang baga biyan akong gipamalit, ha? Dong. Ang imo ni Chris? Ang plywood. So, Freddy now, house number 2, is starting to break out the house that he got because half of it's blown away anyway. And this is the tar wire. Oh, kana ga. Walay 4 sila. Ako lang papasan. Ang 2 media na, Fred.
Oh,
2 media, 3 ka kilo, nya 4 kilos nga umbrella.
Oh.
So, ikaw may waisin. I-appeal na lang nako para ma-appeal na lang deliver. Ako lang hapiton unya dong. Yang imo, Chris, house number 3.
Yeah. Ang kuan ma'am ang sana plywood pa dito.
Oh, isuod na dong. Kompleto imong plywood?
This one.
Oh, kompleto. Sige, sige. Sige, this is house number 3, the one here. And the hardware is also lacking the sheets number 8. So, this is the katong mga silansang niya. Umbrella. Kuan man imo ha, Chris? 4-1 nya umbrella. Sige, sakto. Kahoy na lang lagi. Adto na lang kuhaon katong giari ka ni bangkidong. Usahon na lang natong kuha dito sa hubay. Siya may maka-drive mo tong paadto sa nako sa hubay kung pila ilang board feet dito, then we can buy it all together. So we can buy every what's needed kay nga Jonathan kinahanglan sa kahoy gud ka. Unya og hollow block ang kabangki niya imusad. Sige dong. Para magsugod na tanya. Unsa man atong ikasulti sa atong mga donors?
Okay, salamat.
Salamat.
Thank you, sir, Bam.
Si Kuan, ang inyong donors, inyong pasalamatan. This is Freddy, house number 2.
Salamat kay sir. Ma'am.
So they're very thankful and I will be following the progress of the build.